All right, today is the day that you work on a review. Your assessment is tomorrow. If you do this review and complete it, you for sure should be successful. It's very similar to what you will see tomorrow. No, the problems are not exact. You need to use all your notes. This is an assessment. This review will be for your benefit. Your assessment will count as 2 grades that you take tomorrow. You will be going over things like the number system. You will also go over ordering and comparing. Make sure you're writing your L to G or G to L. You will be using mean absolute deviation. You will need to find those. You will be doing all the things, scientific notation. Those are all the things that we have learned. You need to make sure that you are able to put things in the calculator that you see. The one thing that I want to review, because I know that you are going to need it, is I would like to review something that looks similar to something like this. And how would you put this in the calculator? Okay? I want to remind you that when you put in something like this, okay, all you're going to do is, in your calculator, you're going to do just what you see. 2 second square root 25. Get out from underneath the square root symbol and hit enter, and you get an answer. Okay, it's that simple. If you see something like this, okay, you're putting in exactly what you see. 14, and this line is divided by, and it says pi. So here's the pi button right on the power up button. I'm going to hit second and power up, which gives me a pi, and I'm going to hit enter, and I get my answer. Remember, this is just like you see. What if you saw something like this? Okay, that says pi squared. So I would hit second, pi, and I would hit my x squared button. And then I would hit enter, and it's going to give me that answer. So just so you remember, those kinds of things are things that you are going to come across. And I hope you remember how to put in a repeating decimal. What about something like, if I needed to change 3.45 and I had a line over 45, okay? And I needed to change this to know, oh, well, probably wouldn't get that. You wouldn't need to do that. So, but remember your 4 or 5. If you have a repeater, you have to do it over and over and make sure you end on the N and then hit your math, enter, enter if you need to change it to a fraction. I don't think you're going to need to do that, but you would always write down your whole number and put your fraction down after. To go over something that people stumble on a lot, you need to know what is a rational versus an irrational number. Okay? I'm going to say it this way. Irrational numbers are any numbers that you cannot change into a fraction, or they are going to be a number that has a decimal, something like 5.2763 ... In other words, there's no repeating, and that ... means it goes on and on forever and ever. Just because you see a square root symbol doesn't mean it's irrational, okay? Yes, the square root of 10, if you put it in your calculator, second and 10, square root 10, please do this, and you hit enter, it doesn't repeat because it would have to repeat from the beginning. It would have to say 227766, 227766. It doesn't say that. So that is an irrational number. okay? Even though it looks like it terminates, remember this calculator will only hold 10 digits, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That's considered 10. So the most it's going to hold, if it has a whole number, is 8 afterwards, okay? But if you had the square root of 36, and I'm going to arrow out, and I'm going to hit enter, look that's a whole number. That is a rational number. So any decimal that repeats, any decimal that terminates, like if it was 1.5, it ends, and you shouldn't see any, it's rational, okay? So try and get that in there. Irrationals are anything you cannot change into a fraction, and anything that is a decimal that goes on and on without repeating. All right, good luck. Please bring your teacher your review so we can look over it when you're done.